Doomsday is currently in hell, unable to get free, and he is now becoming the king of hell. This is Comicstorian. I make audio dramas. Today we're covering the Doomsday special. Kara opens up her eyes. Before her is a lake of fire, and from that fire, Doomsday arises. He stalks forward, stepping on an endless path of human skulls. Kara, that might not be enough syrup, Clark tells her, and she snaps back to reality, looking down at the syrup-drenched pancake on her plate. She apologizes to her cousin, explaining that she was remembering a dream that she had about Doomsday recently. Lordy, Clark says, and Kara sighs, pushing aside her plate, explaining that Doomsday was always a campfire story on Krypton, about a scientist who created a monster that couldn't be killed. Finally, she works up the nerve to ask Clark something that she's always wondered. What was it like? She wants to know. He asks her if she's implying what was it like to be killed by Doomsday. He pulls off his glasses, explaining that fighting Doomsday made him tired. In a way that he assumed humans get tired, but he knew that if he didn't kill the monster, it would suck everything that he loved away. And then, everything went black. He finishes looking up at Kara, explaining to her that Doomsday almost came back during the Lazarus Reign, but was stopped by Martian Manhunter. Are you certain that you just had a dream? Clark asks her. Kara smiles. She promises that it was only a nightmare. Afterwards, she heads outside, but in the yard, she is greeted by someone else. Supergirl. Jean greets her, looking down at her from his alien form of the Martian Manhunter. I'm sorry, Kara. I believe I sent you a nightmare, he says, and the two head into the city. Jean explains that he received a psychic message in Kryptonian, but it faded. I had to send it to someone whose mind might be able to translate it for me. Jean says, but he explains that he thought it was from Doomsday, whom he accidentally created a psychic link with during the Lazarus Reign. For this reason, he didn't want to send the message to Superman, who still has traumatic memories of battling the monster. If he is sending me psychic messages, he might be attempting to return to existence once again. Jean continues, asking Kara if she can see where Doomsday was, but she shakes her head. I'm not certain, but it's somewhere hot and full of hatred. Jean nods, reaching out his hand, offering to look into her mind, and when he does, the two see nothing but fire and pain. When they open their eyes, they now stand in the realm below. The fire of damnation all around them. Someone pulled us here. Someone of incredible power. Jean gasps, and Kara looks around, seeing the demons of hell torturing someone. It can't be, she whispers, but Jean shakes his head, explaining that because enough humans believe it, hell has become a real place. A part of the psychic web that makes up reality. He whispers, but Kara doesn't hesitate. She sees someone being tortured and leaps into the air to save them. She grabs a hold of the demon's victim and flies her to safety. But when they touch down, the ground beneath her feet suddenly come to life. The hands of the damned that make up the earth of hell reach for her, grasping at her legs as the woman that she saved also turns on her. She turns as the demons come towards her, but something reaches through the fire, grabbing one, slamming it into the ground, tearing off its limbs, and the demon looks up as the face of Doomsday growls. Hail, King Doomsday! The demon gasps before dying. Kara opens her mouth to scream as Doomsday turns towards them. Jean, it's him! She yells, but as Doomsday begins to charge at them, two giant hands reach down, plucking the heroes out of the ground. They are pulled into the air, and they are brought in front of the face of Satan, who stands before his mighty throne. Well, now you get to meet the devil, he says with a smile, and he releases them both as Kara looks up. You've got to be kidding me. But Jean knows that this is the first of the fallen that is telling the truth. He can sense that this is the Lord of Hell. He is letting me read his mind. He knows the knowledge will scare us. He enjoys it very much. Jean whispers, and the devil smiles at them, explaining that he has brought them here for one reason. Doomsday. He is upsetting the balance of hell. The devil nods, explaining that this place is powered by belief. Demons and mortal souls that reside here have seen that Doomsday is unstoppable and have begun to believe that he will one day escape. Because enough of them believe it, it is becoming true. and Doomsday has found the door that will release him. A gateway back to your dreary realm, the devil says with a wave of his hand. Doomsday only needs a little bit more belief. The devil has decided to bring Kara and Jean here to stop him. He offers to give them Satan armor, and if they defeat Doomsday, they will be allowed to leave hell. We cannot make a deal with the devil, Kara tells her friend, but this only brings a larger smile to the devil's face. People so often say that before they realize they just have no choice. Elsewhere in hell, Doomsday steps up to the door that will release him. It has already begun to open, but suddenly he is hit from the side by Martian Manhunter. Doomsday then turns to assault the hero, but before the blow can land, he is knocked off his feet by a blur of power and speed, clad in armor that was forged by the creatures that dwelt in hell before the devil's fall, and sewn together by the souls of the damned. Kara slams into Doomsday again, knocking him to the ground. "Stay down, you monster!" she snarls, but Doomsday stands. The souls of the damned turn to him, believing that he can win. The heroes charge again, but Doomsday reaches out and grabs a hold of Jean, throwing him away. Kara flies forward, trading blows back and forth with the monster. But Jean knows that the gate, like the rest of hell, is fueled by belief. He turns to the souls of hell and reaches out with his own psychic powers, asking them to have a hope that Doomsday will not escape, that he will not torture those that have been left on Earth. "Please," Jean whispers. Kara slams into another wall, but she staggers back to her feet and another blow cracks her across the head, knocking the devil's helmet off of her. The souls respond, walking forward, clamoring over each other to hold the door closed, melding together to create a seal that stops the door from opening again. Doomsday turns to see the door has been sealed, and he roars in anger, taking it out on Kara. But when he lifts the armor of hell, he realizes that it's empty, and he bellows in rage! The demons of hell turn away from their new king. He has been tricked by the devil, so their faith has been restored in their former master. In a flash of light, Kara and Jean are returned to Earth, shocked by what happened to them. Kara looks to Jean, questioning if such a place even really exists, that if so many people are heading there after they die. So is everything we do here worthless? She wonders, and Jean shakes his head, reminding her that the souls of hell came together to protect the world of the living, sparing them their heels, their doomsdays. What could hold more worth than that? He asks her, and she nods with a smile. It's the best that we could ever hope for, keeping our doomsdays at bay. She says, but in the bowels of hell, Doomsday has not given up. He roars with anger and beats against the sealed door, his blows echoing through the halls of hell. The end?